I want to record this video and answer some very common questions that I'm getting in the comments, and I feel like it might be useful for other people as well, because there are a lot of similar comments and also some replies in the written format. I just feel it's not enough what I can do in just recording this video and going over. So let's go into my YouTube channel in the comment section and just go over one by one and answer the common questions, the problems, the Fiverr changes as well, and what has been happening so far with the Fiverr whole infrastructure. So first thing, thank you so much for anyone who writes the support that this video is valuable. It really means a lot because it puts a lot of motivation for me to continue creating this content, to continue providing as well value. So I do really appreciate it. Fiverr destroyed my life. So, you know, to be honest, with the level system, yes, it can be very frustrating because you might get demoted, you might get, let's say promoted at the same time. But I would suggest from your side, don't look at the metrics as something that will destroy your reputation, because at the end of the day, you're building your business, you're building connection with clients. So you should not look at other factors such as your ratings, your level system. Because for me, I was also for me, it was like I was spending more time on the whole level thing and whole ranking than I was actually spending on my service. I will highly suggest you to go ahead and spend more time making the service better, making your Fiverr profile better, update your description, update your FAQ, because it's not that Fiverr destroyed, it's that Fiverr is going to be changing all the time. And if you want to be on the platform, you need to be able to adapt yourself as well. But instead of, let's say, being frustrated, go and try to change something. Go and try to add the video. Go and try to add the description. So that's why I'm really support this idea of, okay, whenever this something happens, we need to go out there and make some things better in our service. I'm quitting not worth anymore. I think this applies the same. You need to give it a time, and there's a lot of going to be people quitting as well. But when people are quitting, that automatically opens up new opportunities. I do feel Fiverr has a lot more potential going forward. So this is definitely more potential. But if you feel that it's frustrating, then yes, I mean, you can quit and you can take a break. That's what I did as well in 2020. I quit for 1 year. I took a break. Then I decided to come back because I thought that I already had some reputation. I had some buyers on the platform. So why not to focus on it and just offer other services and see where this can take me. Okay, the next one, I didn't even get a warning and they banned my account. It's too frustrating. Yes, Fiverr can be frustrating regarding that, but also, from the discussions with other people, understanding their situation better, there should be always some sort of a reason behind these banning accounts. Maybe you had your phone number attached to another account on Fiverr you had. Maybe you had the same withdrawal method as before. Maybe you had by mistake created another account with the same email. There could be a lot of other things. So if you're 100% sure you didn't violate anything, what I suggest to do, and that helped other sellers in the past to restore their accounts, is to try to provide as much proof as possible. Meaning that you will go to the Fiverr support, you will show them the proof, you will show them that, let's say if your service, if they're saying you're providing fake followers, let's say on Instagram, but you're doing actual service, you're doing actual management, go ahead and provide the reports, go ahead and provide the analytics, go ahead and provide screenshot of the client messages, because Fiverr support, they're not gonna spend so much time going over all the history, all the analytics, all the data, all the reports you provided. You need to come to them and show all of this proof in order for them to look at your case and restore your account. Okay, so let's go to another one. Can you make very different gigs, or it's better to focus only on one specific sphere? So with this question, it's a great question, because on Fiverr, you don't need to restrict yourself to just one sort of expertise. What you can do, you can have your gig in logo design, you can have your gig in digital marketing, you can have your gig in programming, website development. So those three gigs will be competing in those different categories, meaning that you will understand better from where the traffic is coming from, and that way you're not just limiting yourself or niching down to one direction. For me, for example, I do feel there is a lot more potential as well to when you niche down, but you provide different services. For example, I do Instagram growth, I do content creation, content management, and also I offer service which combines all of this. So that meaning that when clients need to have both growth and content, they can order one gig. If they just need content, they can order another gig. If they just need content plus management, they have another gig. If they just need growth, they have another gig. So I'm trying to differentiate within of my expertise, but I don't see a problem, and I think maybe going forward I'll be also experimenting that myself to open up gig in like logo design, or open up gig in website design. Like this, you can try to experiment and potentially compete in those categories as well. Fiverr is destroying hundreds of people's accounts as well as their client careers within the platform. We are meant to see that in a positive way. You know, anything that happens, you need to look at this at the positive way. No matter what happens in life, your Instagram account can get disabled, your website can be down. I mean, there are other things that can happen in your personal life. Of course, we're not gonna discuss any of that because in life anything can happen. But with this change of the level system, you need to just take positives from this and learn the lessons. The lessons are, yes, it's going to be more competitive for people who are just, maybe getting started or in level 1, level 2, but it's going to be maybe more rewarding for people who are in the top rate seller on pro seller, etc. Yes, they can still lose their badge. For me, for example, now I'm going through the period where I wouldn't say I'm extremely happy with my service because there are a lot of changes that are happening on the Instagram that I need to adapt myself. But I'm ready to take this challenge, and I'm ready to accept that I might be demoted in my level, because I was demoted. When I started again in 2021, I started from level 0 pretty much. So that's why, I encourage you to look at this in a way that, okay, maybe Fiverr, you should look at something different. You should try to start your newsletter, or you should try to start your Instagram account, your YouTube account. Anything that happens, any change that happens, that means that you can just, look at everything you've done and maybe do with another start, or have maybe a pivot in your career, So, but again, what they're doing, it can provide some positives. We need to have some more time, because now, for example, they have changed the third point, where is the value for money. Now it says value for delivery. So, I mean, they will be changing some things. It's the platform. The platform will eventually listen to the sellers and see how they can adapt. Of course, they're not going to change everything that sellers say, but they will try to adapt some things that they can change, and that can help the sellers as well. Okay, thanks for the video. What does gig optimization mean? So with the gig optimization, you need to have your clear, so for example, when I go to the Fiverr here, let's say to the marketplace, what I'm gonna see. So first, let's go to the social media marketing, social media. So you need to have, first of all, the face of yourself. You need to have your face. You need to have, basically when clients come to you, they need to see that they're working with you. Then I do encourage to have a video. Some sellers, they don't have a video, it's still fine, but I do encourage, because why not? If you can make an impact in a video, that's always better. And again, I think that can avoid getting those maybe buyers who are not resonates with you, or doesn't have the same maybe thinking as you are, or the same approach. So I think in the video you can do this really well, because you guys are watching this video. Maybe it's useful, maybe it's not, but maybe you have some connection with me in a way that you're on the same page, maybe you're not, but there is some sort of connection, rather than you just seeing picture of me, and you don't know what I'm saying or what I have to say. So that's why I think it's always useful to have. Then when we go to the gig description, you can see again, please don't copy someone else's gig. I do see that happens all the time, even with my gigs. Some people just take it and then change a little bit. I mean, okay, I guess, Fiverr not gonna punish you because they cannot check every single description, but it just doesn't look good because other people see it. Try to make something that you can do it yourself. I mean, ChatGPT exists. you can play around with ChatGPT, you can try to create different versions, you can ask for different wording, you can ask for different other things. But again, it has to be clear description. And in my case as well, what I 100% support is having the FAQ. So FAQ should be also clear. You should have all of them filled in, all the situation, all the points, because the client do spend, and Fiverr, they look at this. That's why they always optimize your page, and sometimes we can be not happy about it, but they have a data. They know what converts, they know what works. So whenever they put FAQ or they put some for example, delivery, those milestones that you can have, they look at the data, and if it works, they're gonna have it for you to use it. So that's why I do encourage to have everything that it's possible to be filled in. Okay, so I'm new here, like to apply as a freelancer, but I don't know how to start. Can you teach how? First thing, of course, I will suggest to think about what you can offer on the Fiverr platform, because there are a lot of things, and maybe a great way for you will be to go and check out my course that I have, because I think that could be valuable. If you click on my link in the description, you go to my newsletter, you subscribe to my newsletter, and you have the ability to watch my free course, which was updated recently as well. So I think that can be very, very useful for you to know where you can go. How much did you earn from only Fiverr in 2023? How much did you earn from Fiverr in January 2024? Please reply. I'm being transparent with my journey, so you can always check out my previous videos on YouTube and see how much I made on Fiverr. But last year I made over $300,000 on Fiverr. This year it's already over $100,000 on Fiverr. So it's a lot of money, of course, and that's why I'm showing you, because it's not like I'm cool. There's a lot of more people making a lot more than I am, it's normal. It's not about like whoever makes the most, but it's just for you to see that potential, that it's possible. It's not impossible. You don't need to be doing like affiliate marketing or selling courses or selling other digital products. You can do this on Fiverr. You can work with clients. You can build your reputation. You can make a living doing that. So it's definitely possible. Thanks for the video. I've been your buyer in the past twice. I want to expand my gigs on Fiverr. So far it's very slow, around $300 a month. Well, $300 a month is obviously still good, I would say, but I understand and I appreciate you as well coming to this channel, because I do remember we worked in the past. So it's really inspiring to see that the buyers that you've been working with, they're also inspired to start their journey as a seller. I think this is great. What I will suggest is definitely go through my course. It's free. I have updated it recently. I think that's going to be useful for you. And then going forward, it all depends on your service, all depends on your category. I will look at your competitors and see if they're doing well, because sometimes what can happen, you can look at the gig, for example, and then you look at the category, but in that category there are no people who are doing well. It's just slow overall. So that's why it still opens up opportunities for you, but you should not expect crazy returns, because, for example, if you go to the graphic design, if you go to the logo design, you're going to see a lot of sellers. Like, for example, Louis is one of them. You have other sellers, and you can see how many orders in queue they have. 28, 343. Let's go to this one. 14. So it automatically tells you that, okay, these services, they are bringing a lot. Okay, one order in queue. This one maybe just been there for some time. Oops, Fiverr is down. Louis here, 180 orders in queue. So this is for you to just see the potential. You can definitely see that this category has a big demand. The same with the social media marketing category. That's the category I'm in, right? So, but you can check other categories: influencer marketing, community management, search engine optimization. Actually, with search engine optimization, they have changed, because now you cannot really see that. So if you go here, you can see you don't really see the orders in queue. So it's kind of a bit more difficult, but still, you can still be able to see if it has a demand or not. So that's why I do encourage you as well to make this analysis from your side and understand, what people are going for and what they are purchasing as well. Okay, whatever, this new system just doesn't make sense. How did they get the idea? Stricter, better. I have seen so many great freelancers losing their account due to getting 4 or 5 scores. Again, this is the same I've been answering earlier. I think, yes, for sure, any change that happens in the short term, it's not a good change because it completely, puts you off track. You start to think about it, you start to analyze it. It kind of changes your maybe levels as well. But again, I explained this. I think first of all, Fiverr has a right to do this, and they will be doing these things going forward. So for you being on a platform, you need to accept this. Of course, some things that they will do that might be, not, in the best way that is possible, because people who are at Fiverr, they're not sellers, so they don't have the same experience as we have, So that's why when I went there to Fiverr headquarters, I was also giving my perspective. I was saying like, hey guys, this doesn't make sense because, I'm using this every single day. I'm using this every single hour, and it just doesn't make sense. And they listened, they analyze, and then eventually they see how they can adjust things. So that's why, your influence, on the forum, starts from the forum. Okay, on the forum, there's a lot of discussions there, and they do work. People they do listen to some point. There's been a guy who has said he's quitting his Fiverr career if this has not been changed, and then they listened to him. They went on a call. These things like that. I think it's great to have that voice, to be able to share your journey. That's why I do encourage everyone to get a success manager if you can. Because you can share your opinion, you can share your feedback, and then eventually it becomes productive rather than just complain and like, oh, this doesn't work, this is not great. Get a success manager, share the feedback, try to be active as well. If you want to share, like let's say on the forum, you can do that as well, and provide your perspective. But also you can start your YouTube channel, you can share about this. It depends how far you want to go with this. In my case, I do share my feedback with my success manager. I do share my feedback on this YouTube channel. And right now I see that, for any change, it needs some more time. And then eventually things get adjusted more, things get as well, going in a positive way, or maybe not, but anything that they do, they have the right to do it, and we are on the platform. Unfortunately, we have to be dependent on these changes. That's why I encourage you to not think about Fiverr as the only way to grow your business, but Fiverr is a great learning school. It's a great exposure as well, because even now, you can get traffic. There are millions of buyers, active buyers every single month on Fiverr who are ready to buy your service. So that's why it has a potential there. Okay, let's go maybe a few more questions. Using word review is okay on Fiverr, and directly asking Instagram username without order is safe. Fiverr won't flag account for asking personal details. Can you clear my confusion? Again, it all depends on your service, because when I do my service, when a client asks me, hey, I want to grow my Instagram, I want to create content, I'm asking their social media channels first, because I need to look what they have. I cannot say yes or no without checking their social media. That's what I've been doing for years and years. Yes, this can lead to some sort of a conflict where you can ask their Instagram username, and then you will message on their Instagram and say, hey, this is me, let's do business. I've seen videos on YouTube where other sellers were doing something similar. In my case, this is a wrong practice. You should not try to contact the buyer outside of Fiverr. Especially, when you never work with the buyer, you're putting yourself in the danger right away. What I've seen going forward with this is that, yes, the people you work with, if you're present, like for example, I'm present on my Instagram, I have LinkedIn, I have YouTube, right? And buyers who work with me, they can find me on Instagram, they can find me on LinkedIn, they can follow me, they can send me a message on Instagram, that can happen. Unfortunately, you're not able to control this because, that's just how social media works. That's how personal brand works, because people will find you online and they will message me. And then of course, it's then what if they say they want to order. In my case, I send everyone back to Fiverr. I say, hey, just order my service. here is the link on my Fiverr, and that's it. Because for me, it's easier to manage. That means I have a person who is in charge of the, when the order comes in, I have the person who is in charge of putting that in our table, making sure all the information is correct, passing it to another person. So I have the flow. If I'm saying, hey, okay, here's the link to my PayPal, pay, and then, I need to onboard this client and I don't have a system for that. It just doesn't work for me personally. And I think, it's a fair game as well, that you got this client on Fiverr. Okay, you can bring it back to Fiverr. But then eventually, of course, if you ask me, can this person buy from your own and, would it be acceptable? In theory, yes. I mean, he can eventually buy from you on his own, on your website. This could happen. Unfortunately, there's no control of that. But if you got caught by Fiverr, if they actually see you saying that, hey, send me a message on Instagram and, here's my link to PayPal and you can buy it, that's not good. You will get banned, you'll get penalized. So that's why when you are offering social media marketing services, for example, if you need to ask their Instagram to see, to review, you need to state this in the message. You need to say, hey, could you please send me your Instagram username so I can review your account first, so I can see what you currently have. This is normal. And then you do business on Fiverr as normal, so there is no issues, there is no problems regarding that. Okay. Absolutely, thanks. I was about to reach level 2. They changed the level system. I was so happy. Yeah, I mean, for some people it might work out. So for some people it might be even better. Thanks for video. Thanks for the information. Thank you again for coming and supporting. I want to learn a lot of things from you. Can you please be my mentor? So guys, I don't do I do have this course which I'm sharing with you. You're seeing right now. And if you want to learn more from me, if you want to stay in touch, I really appreciate you guys subscribe to this channel because it means a lot to me. It gives me a lot of motivation to continue doing that. And it means a lot as well if you subscribe to my newsletter, so we can stay in touch. So anything that is important, if something I have coming soon, announcements or maybe a webinar or maybe workshops, which I'm happy to do, of course, going forward, I will announce this in the newsletter. You'll be the first person to know. So those are the things I will say. How much did you earn? Again, 2023, over $300,000 on Fiverr. Information is public. You can just find this video if you want to know more. Great fan of your Fiverr insight. Really inspired my journey when I started 1 year ago. Hottest topic right now is the new level system. It will be great to hear your opinion. Yes, I did create a video about it already. Spend some time talking today in this video as well, but thank you so much again for your support, and this means a lot as well. Again, how much money? I mean, this a question that people ask me, but everything is on my YouTube channel, so you guys can go and find the information on my YouTube channel. Thank you for update. Respect. Iraq is from France. Thank you so much, Sultan, for your support. It also means a lot to me as well. I'm interested that if client gives me a password to their page and wants me to work on their behalf to increase the following, is it allowed to give that password to a third party? If I want to outsource that work to someone else, is it ethical to just give someone else password or just like that? Again, if the client gives it to you, of course you need the password to log in. If you're giving this password to someone else in your team, I mean, if you cannot handle enough work, you need to have a team. Hire a team member. Yes, you can hire a team member. That team member is going to be working on their account. When we work with clients, we usually are transparent. We can say that, hey, let's say Nina from my team, she's going to be logging to your account. Or here is our folder that you can share the content with my team member Nina, for example. Or I mean, you can be transparent, because the buyers, they're not stupid. I mean, they know, like, if you have 20, 30 orders in queue, you're not gonna do this all by yourself. I mean, yes, you can, but you're not going to work 24/7 all the time. So that's why you can have a team, you can have a team member, so it's completely normal to also mention this to the client, because eventually if they like your work, they will stay with you, because sometimes I find it funny, because the clients come to me and they say, hey, last month I got more people, so and this month I'm getting less. Can you please bring back the other person to work on the account? you know, it's funny because it's always the same system, the same methods. You know, we're not like changing people. You know, I mean, for other services, we do have a little bit, you know, content services because they're more creative. So every designer has their own like taste. So that's why it can change. But when we do growth, there's literally the same amount of actions we can do. There is not much creativity, or there is no creative work. So it's, you know, it's kind of sometimes funny that, you know, people say that. But yeah, again, you can be transparent. It's totally fine. It's not a problem. So feel free to mention that you have a team member. The team member is going to log into the account. You just need to have a trust. You know, you don't want to bring someone to your team that you don't have trust, and that person can trick you. They can take your client away. So you have to be also very professional with this too. Can you make some tutorials? Again, if you go to my newsletter, link in description, you will end up with my Fiverr free course. Actually, it was a paid course. I just made it for free now, so feel free to check it out. Again, how much did you make? How much did you make? You know, you guys can find all of this information there. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here, and please let me know if you want me to do more of this. I'm not sure, probably this is not gonna really get maybe much attention, but these are just some of my thoughts and some of my, you know, your questions as well. I will be responding them as well in the comment section, so feel free to write me in the comments, and I'll be happy to make maybe another live video, or you know, a video like this where you can just hear my responses. And again, thank you guys so much for your support. Feel free to check out link description for my newsletter. You have a Fiverr free course. If you have any questions, you want to send me a message, you can just send me on Instagram directly, and you can see my behind the scenes story on Instagram as well. Thank you so much again, and see you in the next video.